Hello everyone, welcome to the Robo Samurai channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Amazon exclusive Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron Trilogy Battle Across Time collection. And this just came in the mail, and I thought I would just get this review out so that you guys can make some decisions on whether you want to pursue this set or not. So let's go on ahead and take a look at the box. First of all, this is the box here, and it is a part 1 of 2. There's going to be another section to this. It's going to have, what was his name? It's going to have Mirage in his Kingdom or Earth mode, and then it's going to have, and I forget the other character. Essentially, it's a repaint of Dinobot. So let's take a look here. You can see some of the side art on this edge here, and you can see here's the figures as they look now. And it's pretty much standard. What's really kind of nice is that it got shipped in a box, but it wasn't this box. This box here was what this box came in. So it was like this, and then this box was in the shipping box. So they took great care to actually put it in an extra box to protect it if you're into collecting it for the box pieces. So let's go on ahead and take a look at the figures themselves. So let's look first of all at Sideswipe, and then you can kind of see here this is what he looks like, and yeah, he's very familiar. If you remember the Siege version of him, essentially it's a slight remold of that figure. So a couple of things I find really interesting. So he comes with these weapons here. He comes with this set of weapons, and then he comes with this gun. Now, this gun was not available on the Earthrise version of this figure. It is the gun that comes with Red Alert. And here's Red Alert here, the Siege Red Alert. And essentially, it is this is the same gun. They just took it and they painted it white. So if you want to take a look here, you can see it's the same one. So that's it. It's all the same all over the place. And it's kind of a, I thought that there was some white paint that was coming off of this, but I was wrong. So that's all right. Anyway, so that's what this gun comes from. So now this here gun is the same one that came with Siege Sideswipe. Now, since this kind of may look familiar, there's only one difference. Well, there's a couple of differences here. First of all, these here do come apart like his Siege counterparts weapons do. So you can pull them apart. So there they are. Now, the Siege version of this has a peg that comes out on this. So they got rid of that peg. And then they painted both of these pieces white. And I mean that literally. So let's take a look. Here's Siege Sideswipe. Here's his weapon. And here you go. If you take a look at this, it is exactly what I described. So you can see that these are, and literally they just, I don't even, they just painted this stuff white. They remolded this just a bit. So let's take a look at the differences here. And yeah, that's what it looks like. There you go. So this one just happens to have a little end piece, and they filed that off because I guess it didn't look good. And you can see that, yeah, there's what it looks like for the rest of it. So interesting. And just painted white, and the paint is kind of lightly on there. So yeah, but here's the difference. So when you put it on there, you don't have this peg sticking up on it like this. So, and it tends to match his other mode, his G1 weapon slightly better. So that's kind of what we got going on here. And he does have, just like Siege does, the same place to peg it in up on the top here. So if we take this and here, just to show you what this looks like on Siege, here he is here, and there it is. So, and you can see that there. So that's what we got going on. So look at the differences here if you want to compare them. Now it doesn't have, I left this on, all this scuffing, this kind of dry brush weathering effects. I did leave that all on. Didn't see a need to remove it. On this one, they are the same feet. These are the same panels here, and the same feet here. The only, well, are they? Yeah, they are. They're the same feet. So these panels are, but the backs are going to be different. And of course, the chest plates are going to be different. It's more of that Lamborghini kind of look. And then there's the back side of these side swipes, and this is what they look like. So that's what it is. So essentially, since this is basically a repaint and a remold of this, it transforms pretty much the same way. So yeah, so let's go on ahead and get into that, shall we? So we'll go on ahead and let's take off his weapons here, and then let's straighten out his head. By the way, he has all the same articulation. You can turn his head all the way around. All the joints are tight. You can swivel all the way around. He's got the waist swivel, and then he has knee bend. You can go up like that and kick and do all those things that he was able to do. So pretty much the same type of thing going on here. So let's go on ahead and transform this. Lift this up here, and then you're going to leave his face like this, his head I mean, and then you can go on ahead and just close that down on top of it. And then you want to pull his arms out to the side. Open up these doors, and then take this piece here, and you're going to fold these fists in, and then you're going to take this and you can tab this into here, if you can see that. Tab that into there. Do the same thing on the other side. 90 degrees, and then do that. And then you can fold these both in, just like that. Next thing, turn this, open these panels up here, go on ahead, and you're going to want to push this back. So do you see this part right here? You want to push that back right into here. And what that does is it fills in that gap right there. Then you can push these feet in all the way. And then you can you can slide these together, or you can snap them together. The tabs go into the slots right there. Turn this way, line it up, and then close these panels. And there you have Sideswipe in his vehicle mode. And yeah, he looks really good. No complaints here on this side. So you can put the weapon here. You can put it here on this side. Or you can mount both of them. Whatever your heart's content is, you can add that to that and then add it to here, or add it to here, and have them armed up all the way. So there we have that. And for comparison, here he is with Earthrise Sunstreaker. So here's what they look like together here, and you can see they're both Lamborghinis, and you can see that neither one of them have spoilers or anything like that, but they do share some of the same type of window design, but they are not the same. This mold is more like Wheeljack than it is this guy here. So yeah, so that's what they kind of look like. And then another comparison point would probably be here's Red Alert from Siege, and you can kind of see how these three cars look together. And essentially that's what this one will look like here. We can always transform this very quickly and show you some of the differences and how these stack up next to each other. They all use the same silvering kind of thing with the windows. Actually, all three of these have that same kind of thing going on, and yeah, they're very much similar in that way, but they are not the same molds. This here, though, this is the same mold essentially. So yeah, so you've got like the transformation's pretty much the same as I just showed you. So let's take a look and see how these all compare in car mode. And there we go. Okay, and there it is. See, so that's what he looks like there. So pretty interesting stuff. So let's do a comparison this way. By the way, if you wanted to take this roll bar off and put it on him, you can do that. You can do that here, and it'll fit fairly well. It sticks up just a bit. Frankly, it's probably a better fit with this one here, but yeah. But that's for Red Alert. That's not for Sideswipe. Okay, so let's put this aside. All right, so let's take a look at these three next to each other, and there they are. And you can see that there's this area here, and they tried to replicate it here to a degree, and then there's this black part right here. So, and if that bugs you, you can always paint it red or something to that effect. So, but these wheels are pretty much the same. I mean, they don't show any, there's not really any differences there. So, and here's what they look like from the underside. So, and that is Sideswipe for this set. So we'll go ahead and put his gun right up on top here. And then we'll put this guy aside. And let's take a look at Maximal Skywarp. So this is Maximal Skywarp. Now, this is a slight remold and recolor of the Air Razor mold. So if you have Air Razor, which I don't, this will be very familiar to you. Now, has a waist swivel. It's got a head swivel. By the way, this head is supposed to be very accurate to the Beast Wars 2 anime. And that's what they were going for on this. So he's supposed to be an eagle. So an eagle. So, and he has these little weapons here on the side. They all have some. This one has some pretty good articulation. I'm going to go ahead and take these off here. Every time I see this figure, I just think of Bird Person from Rick and Morty. That's right. So anyway, there is a Maximal symbol tampoed on his right shoulder. That's looking pretty nice. He has the this swivel here. He has like this articulation here, which I guess we can call that wrist. It's a little bit kind of weird for wrist, but I'll give it to him, man. You've got his, I already talked about the waist swivel, but he also can kick up, kick over the side, to the back. He's got lots of great articulation here. So, and he's got some bird toes in the back. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we got going on with this guy. So yeah, he's a pretty neat looking Maximal. So let's go ahead and get him into his beast mode. And so the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to, I'm going to fold these down up like this. We want these to be at a right degree angle. Now these here, these wings, they're supposed to clip into here if you look. Let's see if I can get that focused properly. Yeah. So if you look right there, that tabs into there. And sometimes when you're manipulating this figure, they just come out. But regardless, that's what we want to do now. We're going to take these wings and we're going to fold them out and we're going to kind of extend them straight. So they're double hinge back here, you know, which will be pretty nice later on. We want to untab this. This usually would be tabbing into this slot here, right here, the bird feathers, if you will. But we want to make sure that that's untabbed. That slot has come out from that way. And then we want to open up this here. So now there is a double joint. It's kind of hard to see. But if we just kind of lift up and pull straight, it'll be easier to see. There it is right there. So we want to take that and take it and bring it all the way up, straighten that out just like that. Then we're going to take the bird head and we're going to flip this entire assembly on Maximal Skywarp up like this. And then this tab's going to go into there. So we'll go on ahead and do that. All right. I think that'll go there. All right. Just like that. Okay. And we're still leaving all that untabbed. Now, the next thing is we want to bring these shoulders down, these shoulder pads down. Let's keep these wings out of the way for the moment. Now we're going to take this, and I believe we're just going to take it and do this. So there is a, oh yeah, that's right. It goes like this. So you want to turn these this way, and then there's a tab right here that goes into that slot as you push these in, and it's supposed to lock in place there. So we'll go ahead and do that. Great, looking good. Okay, now the next thing is we're going to take this area here. Now, one thing I've noticed about this is that it tends to want to come out. See that? So I might have to try to figure out how to tighten that up a little bit better, but in the meantime, we want to just flip that around in that direction. And then we're going to take this and we're going to open these up. Now, there's some tabs here, and those tabs are going to fit into these slots. So that's where we want these. We want those to go there. And plug in thusly, okay? And then we're going to take this here. Oh, wait, actually, before we do that, I forgot a step, sorry. So we want to turn these knees around 180 degrees, like that. Okay, whoops, and there's that joint going out again. So I'm definitely going to have to figure out how to either tighten it up or make sure it fits in proper. There we go. All right, so, and by the way, at this point, you know, before we start manipulating this, you can now tab this into there. That'll lock these into place, and then we have the wrists that go right there, see? So, all right, now, all right, let's work on this again. So we've got this tab going into the slot in the thigh, and then we want to take these and pull them all the way back. I think that's it, yep, just like that, and do the same thing on this side. Okay, and there. So now we've got that. Now we want to take these and turn them around, and then we want to bend this at this joint right here. So turn this around so that the talons are facing forward, and then flip that this way. All right, and there we go. Now we're going to take these wings, fold them down like this, and then we're going to extend the wings all the way out. And there we have maximal thrust in his beast mode. And he looks like a pretty good eagle. I've never seen Beast Wars 2 anime. I've never watched it. But yeah, this is supposedly a pretty good representation, especially with the head sculpt there. So one of the things that you want to do is you want to take these here and just peg them into his thighs. So peg them into Bird Person's thighs. Whoops, where did the other one go? All right, so I seem to have dropped it on the floor. Anyway, regardless, this is what he looks like. And then if you want him to, you know, you want to like pose him in flight, you can do something like this. And you can kind of stretch these out, and if you have the appropriate, oh, here's the other one right here. It's just sitting over here. So let me go on ahead, plug that in to this side. There we go. Now, that's kind of, yeah. You could, so you could have it if you wanted to pose it, and you wanted to, if you have one of those mounts, you could always plug it into here. There's a little port for it right there, so you can kind of have them soaring through the air, as it were, like that. And this is kind of what he looks like. His wingspan looks really nice, actually. And then you can do this. He also has some head articulation. It circles around like this, and then you can kind of bend it like this as well. So there you go. So yeah, there is maximal thrust and Kingdom Sideswipe here. And yeah, do I recommend this set? Well, this figure right here, I would have to say, is pretty much a niche figure. If you like the niche, this figure here is if you really like that, or you just like Beast Wars figures, you might really want to go for this. Or if you just want, or a completionist, or you're collecting some of the Japanese figures, this might be a thing for you. And if you like this, and you know this Earthrise, essentially Earthrise version of Sideswipe, you want your Sideswipe to look like this rather than this, then you might want to consider getting this set. I actually like having all of the different versions, and I like the way that the colors pop on this. I think I would recommend this figure. It's a good. It was the figure that it's based off is always a good figure anyway. So I mean, to me, this is just another version of the same figure. Yes, true, but I do like the Earth styling of it. So there you go. All right, everyone, thank you very much for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more of my Transformers reviews, please subscribe. And I will talk to you guys later.